Alright, what's good, everyone? And whew, I'm recording like literally after the final whistle. Our Cleveland Cavaliers win by the final score of 125 to 120 in a pivotal game five of the first round against the Toronto Raptors. This game, whew, uh, a lot of thoughts and opinions, man. I was watching this game. And in that first half, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. The team was absolutely pissing me the fuck off. The team was pissing me the fuck off. I started and anybody who watched this and who knows, I sent you text like, yeah, this team isn't going anywhere, man, because we're playing soft. We not playing with heart. Like we just lackadaisical. It seemed like Toronto wanted this game more than we did in the first half, and they came out with a sense of urgency that we didn't. And you really didn't see that sense of urgency pick up until the end of the the end of the third quarter. Honestly, you really didn't see that intensity and what you wanted to see that fight from the Cavaliers pick up until the third quarter. And I'm going to shout out Evan Mobley because at the end of the third quarter, he had a 5 minute stretch. Not a 5 minute stretch. He had a stretch where he scored five straight points at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. That sparked the comeback. Let me look at because I also got to give a shout out to Dennis the Menace, 21 minutes, 19 points, 7 of 11, 3 of 6 on threes. Phenomenal. He played phenomenal in the second half, and most of those 19 points came in the fourth quarter. He was just absolutely phenomenal and came up big time for the Cavaliers. Man, I know some people may say we're losers and we have a loser's mentality. I watch like other shows like Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Shout out to them. But you got Adam the Bull on there. He loves to, say anybody who complains about officiating is a loser. I I disagree with that. Like, staunchly disagree with that because at what point do we call out the ref? Again, I said it earlier in the season before the postseason started in the video I did before. The Cavs never get the benefit of the whistles from the refs. Again, what were we, fourth in the league in drives per game and 25th in the league in free throws. It shows itself every night. We rarely get more free throws than the other team, even though we can be just as aggressive as the other team. And I just don't understand sometimes the free throw discrepancy. Who took the most free throws on the Raptors? Nine. I think James took who took the most free throws? Eight free throws. Okay, I think we might have, but even though let me see how many. I think we took more free throws than them. Yes, we took more free throws than them, but it didn't feel like it. Honestly, I'm shocked. Looking at the stats right now, guys. Looking at the stats, we were 21 of 28. They were 17 of 25. It honestly felt like we did not get the benefit of the whistle. So I know somebody, if you come to this part of the video, be on some, call me a loser or anything. I can't hate on you for saying that, but it don't feel like we get the benefit of the whistle at all. But the free throw, looking at the free throws that was taken and says we got, equal whistling, but you know, when the crowd chants "ref, you suck," and I know, of course the crowd gonna chant that. They're the biased home crowd. Cool, that's cool. Understand that, but the refs get that chant from the crowd. You've earned it. You've earned it. And I think it was a lot of bullshit foul calls called, especially in the first half. Cleaned it up in the second half. I don't have much complaint about the second half, but the first half, a lot of bull. That's my personal opinion. That's how I felt the Toronto Raptors really built up that lead. They was taking a lot of bullshit free throws. I mean, they missed a good amount, but they were taking way too many bullshit free throws on a lot of bullshit calls. But you know, why complain, right? But you know, before I get to my concerns, also, and I got to shout out the bench. The bench, the bench, the bench. I've been begging you guys to step up. We've been begging you guys to step up. And, you know, they showed the coaches huddle, and I'm glad that, and I didn't know that, and because I got on Kenny too about, hey, guys have to cut. Stop just standing and watching the offense. I mean, not watching James and Donovan just pat, 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 and then figure it out end of the shot clock, and you guys just standing there. You know, in the coaches huddle off of commercial break. You know, Kenny told them you guys got to cut, set screens, and flash and get open, and you know don't watch don't watch the top dogs. Finally, finally, okay. So he actually does harp down on that. Um, but the bench was huge, huge in this game, huge in this game. Max Strus, 2 of 4, really didn't do much. His most of his free throws came from most of his points came on free throws. He was 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and then literally half his points came from the free throw line, 4 of 4. Then 2 of 8 from the field. Evan Mobley, he's not a part of the bench. Dennis the Menace rattled off his stats already. Sam the man. I, Tonight I wasn't mad at you. The only thing I was mad about is you didn't shoot enough for me, and that's most. When I'm mad at Sam, that's really where my anger with him comes in. Same with Dean, is your lack of aggressiveness. Shoot, especially you, Sam. Especially you. You're the sniper of the team. You proved it. 2 of 2, 9 points in 23 minutes. Kind of want some more points from you. And guys, James and Donovan, I know you guys you get tired from constantly fighting the full court press, but you can't let Sam, somebody with not a great handle, go up, try to bring the ball up the court against a feisty defensive team like this, and they're gonna poke and pry and grab at the ball. But back to the bench. Jalen Tyson played 13 minutes, 5 points, 3 of 4 shooting. Coach, outside of game planning the offense and the stagnation of the offense, which is attributed to you as much as it is to Donovan and James and the rest of the players. Bro, Jalen Tyson needs more minutes, man. He is effective when he is out there. How many fouls did he have? No, I don't see fouls, but Jalen Tyson is effective when he's out there. He's a good 3 point shooter. He's one of our better 3 point shooter, along with Sam and Max. He he's a feisty defender. He's you know tenacious. He's not afraid, and he's not somebody who's overly reliant on James and Donovan to create for him or wait for him. Sometimes he does that, default to them when it's like late shot clocks. But no, bro, create for yourself. You can create for yourself. You can get to the basket at a good rate, at a good clip. You can shoot the ball good. You got a nice little step back game. And I'm not saying you be this isolation score, but always deferring back to the top two guys is something that you got to get out of. And I don't know why Jalen doesn't play more. It's just that's just me. But Thomas Bryant only played 5 minutes, didn't really give you much. Dean Wade played 21 minutes, gave you 7 points on 3 of 10 shooting. He shot like I wanted him to. He got frustrated with himself, and the team, Toronto, left him open a lot to take not free throws, 3 pointers. They left him open. Most of his shots were open. They were good looks. You just got to knock them down and trust in your process, in your jump shot, and you'll be fine. Uh, but with Toronto, there is a concern about Bi. He had a heel injury that took him out for the rest of the game. I'm pretty sure that's to try to get him to the next game because they're gonna come out and play their asses off like they do all the time. But this was a good all around team win. Like I said, guys, you guys who know me, I was calling you guys, and I call you. I texted all of you guys, and I was over emotional, and I was over. If you guys can watch a game with me and see how emotional I get in the moment, it'd be hilarious because this team, especially in that first half, like I said in previous videos, you guys play with your food way too much, and it showed itself in the first half. My opinion, this team, this should have been a final game. This should have been a final game. But you guys want to sit and bullshit around. But I'm gonna give you praise. Now I gave everybody their praise. And I do have some concerns. Again, the turnovers, the careless turnovers. It wasn't that many stupid careless turnovers from your top two guys. James Harden, again, buddy, you had 6 turnovers again to 5 assists. Donovan, you had 3 turnovers to 3 assists. But a good amount of I think a good amount of James was actual good defense by Toronto. You got to do nothing but tip your cap to them. They were forcing a lot of turnovers, and they scored a lot of turnovers. They scored off those turnovers. How many points off turnover? They scored 28 points off of turnovers, off of 14 turnovers. We scored 20 points off of 14 turnovers, and they killed us on the fast break. They blew us out on the fast break, 26-6. You got to get that under control. You got to get back on defense. Points in the paint, dead even at 48 apiece. Personal fouls, we only committed 16 to 21. Again, just watching it, it felt like a load of bullshit. But you felt this game slipping away in the first half, and then Donovan caught fire. We did what Toronto did to us last game. The end of almost every quarter, especially from the second quarter on, we caught fire. We caught fire, and what did we got close? No, we took the lead in the first quarter. Then we gave it up in the second, caught fire again, brought the lead down. And then in the third quarter, Evan Mobley catches fire going into the fourth quarter, sparks a huge comeback. We take the lead. We take a 11-point lead and don't relinquish it after that. But you know, you, you guys can't come out with this lackadaisicalness in Toronto, and you know, turnovers gotta get way better at the turnovers. Only 14, only 14. We had 20 plus. Last 2 games we lost. That's cool. That's cool. But again, shout out to Toronto's defense, tenacious defensive team. They come out, they play with their hair on fire, and they come out to punch you in your mouth. But Toronto didn't even shoot bad, especially from the three. They shot 15 to 38. This was one of their better shooting games, especially in the first half. But then they came back down to earth in the second half and barely could buy a shot. I think Scotty Barnes only had like 3 points, but he was dealing with a knee injury. Who knows? He's not going. I'm not going to say who knows what his game status is. He's going to play. He's going to play. He's a warrior. He's a fighter. He's a dog. He's an absolute dog. He's going to play. But previewing game 6, you got to come out with the same sense of urgency. Please don't try to, oh, well, we'll just get him back at home and make this a home series. No, bump that. End it on the road. Get some rest. Get a little bit extra rest because you more than likely are going to have to face Orlando unless Detroit becomes the first, not the first team, but does a historic 3-1 comeback run. You guys are just end it. Just end it. You're the better team. Just end it. Who knows what BI status is? Pretty sure he's going to play. Scotty is not going to sit out. He's going to lay it all on the line for his team. But don't come out lackadaisical because on the road, at home, their role players will step up, and their role players has been done a good job of stepping up. But our bench was phenomenal tonight, just absolutely phenomenal. And I'm glad Kenny stuck with Dennis to close out the game, but we're gonna need this phenomenal effort from the bench on the road. That's my only problem with the bench. I want this to translate to on the road because their guys' stuff has been translating to on the road. We gotta have our guys. We gotta have this stuff translating to on the road, just like their guys' stuff is translating to on the road. But what a wild game! What a wild game! Um, who knows? You know, predictions for our. I'm not even gonna go to predictions after the series. I'm gonna take it series by series. And I told you guys, I'm not picking the Cavs in any other series because this series shouldn't be this long, in my opinion. But you guys, let me know what you think about that game in the comment section down below. I know, you know, most of you guys are just like me. That you really don't like that this series is taking this long, honestly. And like I said, I was calling the team soft, heartless, gutless. They're gonna lose. They going out in the second round. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite and say I didn't say that. I did, and I honestly still do believe that because the more the competition steps up, this is the quote unquote worst team you're gonna see in the first round is Toronto, and they're not bad. You're just better than them, but this is the only team you're better than, honestly. But you guys let me know your thoughts and give me your emotions about this game. I don't know when I'm gonna post it. It's probably come out tomorrow. Um, yeah, it's probably come out tomorrow morning or somewhere around that time. Who knows? But give me your thoughts, comments, concerns about this game and future games down below in the comment section. Smash that subscribe button and smash that notification button so we can get this content out to a broader audience. But you guys know what I'm going to tell you. You guys ain't got to go home. Y'all got to get the fuck up out of here. And until next time, peace.